Florida International and Sam Houston State college football selection for Wednesday night. Sam Houston State here, they're favored. I mean, that's saying something, right? Because Sam, there's nothing wrong. I keep saying there's nothing wrong with Sam, and I stand by that, despite the poor start now since coming to Division One. But look at the line here tonight. Now they are playing a bad Florida International team, but at least Florida National has a couple of wins. Sam, they have no wins. And maybe I should update the spread to reflect the current spread because the spread is exactly how many losses Sam has. And that's 6. So you tell me. 0-6 Sam against 3-4 FIU. And Sam, the line has just moved, not just moved. I typed these in a few hours. Maybe it was this morning. Maybe it was last night I typed them in. But the line looks like it's 6, you guys, right? And it was lower. Now, fact, Sam Houston's 0-6. That's a fact. Sam Houston opened as low as 4. That's a fact. Sam Houston is up to 5, 5.5, and now 6 points at one offshore book at minus 105. It is kind of juiced to taking the points with Florida National. But even if you call it 5.5, the move is on Sam. And Sam has been decent despite an 0-6 record. Throw in everything, right, with Sam Houston. And I talk about their good coaching staff. Look, they could go 0-10. This coach ain't getting fired. I'm pretty sure. He has seen this all the way through. He is a part of all this. So it's are we getting spammed in here, you guys? No, you guys are just on fire with football talk. I saw 16 comments. Hi, Jason. I feel like I'm 78 years. Me and Thomas are rocking the blue. Let's say hello to some folks. Thomas is here. And Terrell said, look at that right there. Yesterday. Yep. How about it, Terrell? And we went under on the show, so we hit it, right? Hello to Jason. Dwight says lay it. 0-6, right? Still 3-2-1 against the spread. 4-2 against the spread for some of you. Jason says, "Are you 78 years?" And like I said, I feel 78 years. I'm not quite there, but if I can make it to that, I would like that. I'll be right. I'll probably be right here. That's the goal. Right here in 24 years. I'll be sitting right 23 years, I guess now. I'll be sitting right here, hopefully, with you guys. Probably in some other weird technology. Florida International here for Londo today. And Terrell. No, that's a good point, Terrell. And the one thing, like I've talked about with totals, and one thing I'm trying to like fight through this a little bit because I'm getting some pushback. Ramon always takes totals, and I always say, well, that's the easiest for me to predict. I can predict. I feel like I'm better at judging. I like to look at how many plays teams run. Right, that's a great. How many plays a team run? That's one of the most great indicators. And you put them together, the two teams, right, and how many plays get run in a game, and things like that. Ray says Sam. Londo says the line should be closer in this one. Yeah. Well, FIU here for Frederick. I'm always about Sam here. Really. I mean, I want to give Florida International a chance. It feels like they're being the ones that's been disrespected, but they got some Nathan, so Sam, many feel Sam is overdue. Many feel Sam is overdue. Yeah, when you're 3-2-1, right? So these are the teams you look to bet on in a way. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're right, Terrell. But it's Wednesday night though. Nathan, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, look, Sam's game is defense, no doubt about it. And it seems like once they started to get, remember they were playing some ridiculous. Yeah, how can you lay 6 points in a game that looks to have such a high total there, right? But again, it has been increasing a little bit with Sam off of the first ridiculous game there, but uh, so okay for FSU, they've just lost their last 3 games by they've scored by a combined or let's see, I think it's 109. I want to say 100. I'm at it. 109 to 37. That's over the last 3 games. Florida International has been year in and year out one of the worst teams in the country against the spread. Probably maybe the worst. Maybe that's why, Londo. Sam, I no, Sam. I look, Londo. You are the man. You are. I appreciate you very, very much. And to coming in here every day with great. And while I agree, I mean, it feels uncomfortable to lay 6 points with a team like Sam because of their nature. I'm not even I'm not debating. I will not debate you. Anybody can call them. Maybe they are overrated, and maybe I don't. But to me, when a team is 0-6, but has a spread record of 3-2-1, to me that is an indication that they are underrated because they continue to cover the spread and lose the game. So most people are taking the other team, inflating the spreads, and Sam ends up getting the money. That's what it feels like to me, not to condescend to your remark there. But I also know what you're saying about, right? Like maybe it's me too. I've talked up Sam because remember they were one of the best programs to me. I would like to follow the FCS teams, and they've been terrific. They were 26-5 over the last 3 years before making the move, and they knew they were making the move. That's part of the thing. They kind of knew they were coming the whole time. FIU and under here for Darren. Reginald, Sam, and over. We don't have a consensus here. Hey, I want to say hello and welcome, even though it's a pass. And I'm going to, Dexter's welcome to come in every day. Look at Dexter, Dexter Death Clock. And we're talking about aging. Oh my gosh. Ooh. And it's 10 after 10. Dexter, nice to have you. Life is too short to pass. I'm going to make a play here and I'm going to take FIU. Uh, Londo said the line just moved and it's now 5. I'm going to contend that you're just seeing a wide line, Londo, again. Oh, you're right, Londo, on this one. So I will be honest. I did call out Londo a little bit, but Londo's right. This game is definitely. I just wanted to pick FIU +6 and they moved it on me like that. How dare they? Well, now I'm stuck. I just said 5. And Londo, I mean, I don't know if Londo, so the books that I use on the show, one of them's an offshore book. I use a popular offshore book for the show. I'm in Vegas. I like the, Vegas books. I use the Vegas apps, but because offshore, they don't allow you to, well, you could do it. But you're right. At the book that I used for the show, that's where it moved. So maybe that's right, Londo. You got it right. And that's what I'm on too. That's what I use for the show. Because I think they have a unique line that I like very much. I like those guys. And Darren says, yeah. Okay, Terrell says they'll take. See, Terrell, I didn't know that. I mean, because I think they look, you know, I don't think the general public who does answer me this, chat. General public, general betting public, everyone who's betting, right? Um, from the Ramones of the world that think they need to know every single stat, every single angle so much that it confuses them all the way somehow and still make a winning pick, or Joe Joe average that gets home from work, looks on the thing, looks on his app and says, "Oh and 6. Well, these guys suck. I'm going to take the other team. They're getting 5 points. They're 3-4." Or does the average punter say, "Oh, Sam Houston, they're 0-6, but they're 4-2-1 against the spread or whatever they are." And like I said, to me, the spread is the indicator. The spread record, you got to take into context. But I don't want to tell you guys. I mean, this is a betting show. But the spread record is the indicator of how a team is performing against the perception of the public. So Sam Houston, they're 0-6. They've played way better than 0-6 because of that spread record. They were outscored 65-10 in their first 3 games. They've closed the gap now, outscored just 83-67 in their last 3 games. Remember, this is their first year in Division One, which is, we just saw another team. The other comparative team is last night, Jacksonville State. And it's funny because if you look at Jacksonville State and Sam Houston coming into this season, you would say, and they played, right? They played that memorable game already early on in the season with with a ridiculously low score. But it's like, uh, there's not much. Well, Sam arguably better than Jacksonville State coming into the season off of their seasons and their reputation and success, and both very strong Division One AA programs coming in. I'm sure Sam's actually quite disappointed that they haven't been able to. Well, of course they are, but I mean they're probably actually surprised, and that's why it's not a surprise to have that good spread record. But look, I want to respect this. Thomas just said it. Well, okay, but Thomas is saying respect the steam that obviously there may be some move. If you're talking about the move that maybe just came in on Florida International, but to me, I was trying. I want Florida International because I think the nature of the game kind of indicates we could see a game that look that 42. That's pretty high for a Sam game actually, and I don't know. The line to me, the steam came in on the over. Thomas says respect the steam. That maybe I'm wrong about how this game is going to, you know, turn out. But I'm going to take Florida National +5 now. I'm going to take +5. What a bummer. Give me FIU tonight. As my play here. I think we were just talking philosophy there about handicapping and not a preview of the game necessarily. But for FIU, they are 7-14. Their last 21 games as a road underdog against the spread, and of course, they have started to play a little bit better. ATS in conference, 5-7 in their last 12 conference games. They were absolutely terrible for 3 years, the worst conference spread team in the country with just 2 covers in 19 games, dating back to before last year. New Mexico State and UTEP college football game here for Wednesday night. The Aggies on the road here against UTEP and New Mexico State. 3-point favorite here. My, how this one has moved. I did see UTEP maybe opened around a pick. And they might even went to -1, but it's all been all in New Mexico State. it feels like, since then. Uh, I don't know that it just feels very public-y. If you want to get on a 2-5 UTEP team, that's your right, certainly. Right now, UTEP 1-5 straight up and against the spread so far in their 1A games. They did beat a Division One AA opponent. Now you can compare these Conference USA groups here because UTEP beat Florida International last week at Florida International 27-14, and UTEP is 2-5. So you can maybe want to compare that to our previous game that we talked about. Uh, all of the minors' losses, though, before that were by 14 or more points. So that was the first. That was a season best performance that they got last week. Dwight likes UTEP on the money line today, getting the plus money here at $1. Oh, maybe even $1.30 or so now. There are some very interesting trends that kind of favor the Aggies here with Coach Kill in the in this one. It just feels like the right situation. This has been building a little bit for New Mexico State. I mean, Jerry Kill knows what he's doing. I mean, here's a guy who, I don't know. I mean, he probably should have a. It doesn't matter though. He doesn't, and it's almost like he doesn't worry about that type of stuff. Wherever it is, you know, he's going to do it. But it does feel like now they are never a road favorite. Never, New Mexico State. They are here, but when they are a road favorite, and I think they've been a road favorite 5 times in the last 7 years. They've covered 4-1 against the spread for New Mexico State. They've gone 1-4 to the under so far this season. Londo likes it over though. Reginald says, "Give me some UTEP money line as well." And Frederick says, "Give me New Mexico State. It's a lock. It's a hammer lock." Oh, I don't think I could say that. I think that's a coined phrase. So I don't know. To me, New Mexico State, it feels like a pretty good spot. And Darren says the points make him feel better. Maybe taking UTEP here. Frederick says take a look at the injuries in this one that UTEP might have. You got Hardison, the quarterback, doubtful in this one. But I don't look at him as an impact quarterback necessarily, but I do respect that. I'm on the under in this game. The steam came in on the under, and that's kind of the way I'm headed, I think, in this one at 47.5 now, right? Yeah. It was as high as 49.5, so could have got a better line. I'll probably just go with it here as a free pick on the show. It's an under. Of course I'm on it, right? Of course I'm on it. All right. Any other? Londo's got it. Okay, let me a few more here with Darren here on New Mexico State. Londo will lean as well. We'll say this: New Mexico State has, or I'm sorry, UTEP has gone under in 8 of their last 9 home games, dating back to last season. And in this series, pretty regular series, a favorite has dominated. The favorite has gone 8-1 in this series. Usually, it's a home favorite. Don't see as many road favorites in this series. Heads up, but like I said, New Mexico State 4-3, 4-2-1 or so against the spread. UTEP 2-5, 2-5 also against the spread, and the teams have gone combined 5-9 to the under so far this season. So behind Hardison, you've got probably I believe Cade McConnell. Probably I believe is the backup quarterback here. I mean Hardison. The thing about Hardison, 5 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. We'll see with McConnell, who has probably only been in there about 25% of the time, but he has 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. And I missed the comment on Pavia here. Let me get that. Dexter talks right, and that's just a part of what you get right with New Mexico State, Dexter. So it looks like I hope I can have you stop by more often with some great comments, because that's totally under the radar totally under the radar comment right there about Pavia, who having a great year. Uh, 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions so far, 1,600 yards for this passing offense. So I am big on I'm big on Jerry Kill. That's really what this comes down to, and trying to find spots here to bet on Jerry Kill. That's what all there is to it. So here's the thing, for Kill, and this goes back to when he was with Minnesota, I think a little bit, but Kill is 19-7 against the spread against teams coming off of a loss, including 10-1 against the spread against teams that have a winning percentage of 333 or less, while UTEP is 0-7 against the spread as a conference home dog, as a conference home dog of 25 points or less. It's pretty big, pretty solid sample, and 1-8 against the spread in their last 9 games against teams with revenge. So just a lot of trends here that favor. Those ones are pretty specific. I don't want to, bore anybody to death if you think putting some things in the old SDQL and seeing what pops up a little bit, but there are some significant trends that really crash right into one another that have favored New Mexico State big time in this one over UTEP tonight. But I'm going to take under here with, I think New Mexico State maybe keeps UTEP down a little bit here, and I think that opening number, which was 44.5, far more accurate for me in this one. I have it under. Thanks, you guys. Enjoyed college football tonight.